Your call is being answered by Audix.
Wayne Samson
is not available. To leave a message, wait for the tone. When finished recording, press pound for more options. Otherwise, for assistance, press 0 now. Record at the tone.
Agent Wayne Samson, I know you're there. You hung up on me earlier. Once again, you are failing me. I'm still being tortured and terrorized. Every day I wake up and they're saying the most horrendous things that a human being could ever say. When I fall asleep, it's usually in the fetal position, cupping my crotch or with my hand between my thighs, getting zapped all over my body in pain and discomfort. You are not following through on your required commitments to me. You are not keeping my safety and well-being as the number one top priority. You did not interview multiple suspects a month and a half ago, or you're lying about it. Two of them confessed, and it would take less than an hour of your time to get their confessions. You were supposed to find me a voice-to-skull recorder. You were supposed to respond to requests for help if I was about to lose my shit, perhaps by calling in help from the FBI agents in McAllen, or possibly by coming down yourself. You were supposed to get me in contact with Travis County Sheriff's Department, since Sheriff Sally Hernandez can't be bothered to look into why her people ignored the fact that multiple victims and witnesses already provided individual statements, supporting statements, in writing and in person with the Travis County Sheriff Sergeant, who did nothing. You're going to be remembered as someone that allowed me to be pushed closer and closer past what a human being's limit is, past the point where someone might hurt themselves or hurt someone else. Again, do not take that as a suicide threat. I refuse to do that. And that is inexcusable, and it's unconscionable that you would take advantage of that and take your sweet-ass fucking time investigating acts of terrorism, acts of torture, both in a physical and sexual nature. Once again, you are failing me. This is the most important thing that you will ever be a part of in your entire life. This is a terrorism of a type that affects every single person in this country, possibly the world. This affects more people, and has affected more people, I believe, than 9/11. There are so many ways that you can find these guys within a 24-hour period. So many ways. They are demoralizing and dehumanizing as I'm saying this to you. I did not suddenly develop sporadic and temporary bouts of schizophrenia, psychoses, which my camera confirms, so my camera must suffer from psychosis as well. Multiple personality disorder, now known as dissociative identity disorder. Every single time I say that, I can say multiple personality disorder quite fine. I can say dissociative identity disorder just fine. Every time I say that, they're using voice-to-skull to fuck that up, because that's sort of their thing. Because first of all, I misspelled dissociative identity disorder forever as disassociative. So every time I say multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder, they fuck up one or both. I did not fuck that up. They fucked it up using voice-to-skull. But whatever, you don't believe that anyway. At age 41 with no prior mental health history, that is impossible. I also did not develop suddenly developed sporadic and temporary bouts of epilepsy, fibromyalgia, migraines, restless leg syndrome, neuropathy, arthritis, fever and nausea, vertigo, sudden numbness, tinnitus, false urges to pee, false oozing sensations in the penis, blue balls, unrelated to sexual arousal, glaucoma test sensations in the eye, hot flashes on random body parts, sudden dry mouth and burning sensations on my tongue and the roof of my mouth or the back of my throat, hemorrhoids that spontaneously develop within seconds while lying in bed typing up these stupid descriptions for these YouTube videos that my dad and others don't watch, and you don't watch, and probably don't even read in the emails. I also did not develop supernatural abilities to foretell the future or have sight beyond sight. And I also I am also not experiencing other unexplained phenomena like poltergeists. You would have to believe that I was suffering from all that, including the supernatural abilities to foretell the future and have sight beyond sight, and experience other and unexplained phenomena like poltergeists or ghosts that push me into walls, that push me around, that push full glasses of generic crystal light off of dressers. You would have to believe all of that plus ignore that multiple victims and witnesses already provided individual supporting statements in writing and in person with a sergeant of Travis County Sheriff's Department, who did nothing. You would also have to ignore the fact that 2 suspects confessed, which you could get their confession within like an hour of your time. You would also have to ignore that 1 suspect is a former APD officer, Mark McLeod, badge number 709, APD officer, Austin Police Department officer, Mark McLeod, badge number 7091, who was in special weapons and tactical. Again, you're failing me. Call me back, motherfucker. I demand a rescue today. It'll be the biggest regret of your entire life if you keep ignoring me and if you don't get me a rescue as soon as possible, which should have been like months ago. So now that hasn't happened, please make sure that it happens today, you asshole, you stupid motherfucker.